Good morning, everybody. Oh, look, more light. Yay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me this Sunday morning for another episode of Messages of Hope. Today, we're going to be talking about the mother moon energy, the full moon, and we all love a full moon, except for werewolves. They're not so happy about it, but everybody else pretty much loves a full moon. And we're going to talk about why that is and what this full moon energy is all about. But before we do that, we've got a couple other things to do, and we are going to do a quick review about the difference between the dark moon and the new moon because I'm getting questions about that, and it's super important that y'all understand what those differences are if you're going to be using lunar energy to activate your intentions and to manifest miracles in your life. You must understand how this energy works. So I'm going to quickly review that. I will also post the links to the messages of hope that we had around the dark moon and the maiden moon, which is the new moon, and I'll explain that in a minute so that you guys can see the more in-depth conversation that we had around that. So, but today we're going to do just a quick little review. Shouldn't take more than 3-4 minutes, so I'm going to whip right through it because it's imperative that you understand this, okay? But if you still need additional, go check out those links I'm going to leave in the description of this video before I post it, okay? Good morning, Alicia. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you, my dear? All right, it is a Sunday morning. I got snow last night, just to let you know. It's still snowing in Middling Falls, Washington. Maybe spring is popping up early wherever you are in the world. So let's just do a quick review here of these moon phases. So today, the 23rd, yes, girl, snow. I'm so sick of it. I might be here another winter, but if there's any way I can get out of here before then, I'm going to do it. Good morning, Monica. How are you, hon? Thanks for joining us this morning. So we're going to do a quick review about the difference between a dark moon and a new moon, okay? So today is the dark moon. Now let's just look at what moon energy is all about. When you're looking at the light that comes from the moon, oh, I'm jealous, Alicia. When we look at the light that is reflecting to Earth from the moon, please understand that that light is actually coming from the sun, okay? So that solar energy is bouncing off the moon and into our eyeballs right here on planet Earth. So what this is telling us is that as the moonlight expands, so does the energy that is reflected back on the Earth. Also keep in mind that the moon governs our emotions because it's pulling the tides, right? The waters of the ocean, some rivers even have tides, and so do we because we are mostly water. And so the moon it affects our emotions, all right? Another thing to keep in mind is that our emotions charge and our intentions. Our emotions are what pushes our intentions out into the world. To understand that, you just have to put your hand over your heart and feel that heartbeat and know that that is a vibration, and that vibration is radiating outside of your body. And for every emotion that you are feeling, your heartbeat beats at a different rhythm, a different pace. It has a different vibration. Okay, so you've got a lot of energy in the mix here that you're working from when you are working with moon energy. All right, now that we understand that, let's go to the dark moon, which is today. It's called the dark moon because there's no energy. There's no solar reflection bouncing off that moon to us. There's no energy to work with here. All right. This is why it's a good time to go within. Process some of those deeper feelings and those shadow aspects of yourself that you've been afraid of looking at. It could inspire a new intention. okay? This is also a time to dream and to rest and rest our emotional self. I mean, the moon gives us examples on how to live in harmony and rhythm with nature, and we're going to go deeper into that later. However, know that when it's a dark moon, it's a resting time. It's not a time for lighting intention candles and preparing for our intention, and it's for getting clarity about what that intention is going to be. It's about dreaming it into being. It's the seed. It's the seed that's germinating in the darkness, okay? Now the maiden moon, which makes her arrival like 3 or 4 days later, after the dark moon, before the first quarter, okay? She's in that mix. By the time you get to the first quarter, when the moon is like half full, okay, that's the maiden moon. That is the maiden moon. That's when you take that intention that you came up with in the dark moon and you start preparing for it. You light that intention candle, you gather up your materials, your resources, your whatever you need to activate and bring to life that intention. That is done during the maiden moon, all right? Then when the moon becomes full, like it will be pretty soon, that's when you activate that intention. That's when, you know, the cake gets put in the oven. The maiden moon, she's just mixing the cake batter, all right? Getting all the ingredients, putting it in a bowl, mixing the cake batter. She puts it in the oven. Now you've got a fully charged battery of energy to work from. And you set that intention off. You just make it happen, okay? You charge your crystals, there's all kinds of amazing energy work that you can do with that full moon energy. And we're going to talk more about it. But I hope that that clarifies the difference between a dark moon, which is today, resting. A new moon, which is half full, that's the maiden moon. You start getting busy. Energy's picking up, you start getting busy, right? Preparing for setting it off at the full moon. And then we're going to talk about that waning third quarter moon next week. But today we're going to talk about the mother moon, all right? And later today, after this presentation, we're going to do a dark moon intention focus. I have changed the name to help you not get confused. Excuse me. It's a new moon intention focus, but we're always going to be doing it on the dark moon, the Sunday, okay? So I'll clarify that as I keep posting these events so that you know that what we are doing today at 9 o'clock after this presentation is to give you things to think about for setting your intention when the maiden moon or the new moon comes around. All of your calendars, if you look at them, will say that today is a new moon. But in your heart of hearts, in your mind, know that this is the dark moon. It is the resting moon, and the new moon won't appear for another few days. Okay? So I hope that clarifies things. Like I said, I'll put the links to those two topic videos in, excuse me, in the description of this video before I post it. Okay? I need to take a sip of tea. So, will somebody pop in and let me know whether or not what I just said made sense? The moon governs our emotions. Our emotions are what transmits our intention. And if the moon doesn't have any energy, there's no energy to transmit. There's nothing. You can't do magic. You can't. You have nothing to work for to support your emotions. Thank you, Alicia. All right. So now we are moving on. And let us begin by opening this session of Messages of Hope with our morning prayer. Join with me if you will. Holy Mother, thank you so much for this day and this opportunity for us to gather together over many miles, over many time zones, either this morning or even months from now. Know that we are together in this moment, sharing wisdom and obtaining those tips and advice and ideas for instilling and enhancing hope, the foundation of manifestation in our life. That vibration helps us to keep our intention in focus. So we open our hearts and our minds to those messages today. What does not resonate to us, let us just disregard without pain or discomfort and accept everything that does feel true to us. Blessed be. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and find out who the goddess of the day is today. Today is the 23rd. We are going to be working with the Roman goddess, Minerva. Minerva. I like that name, Minerva. So her themes are hearth and home. Her symbols are owl and geranium. I love geraniums. So this, I'm going to say italic, but I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. This italic goddess blended the odd attributes of being a patroness of household tasks, including arts and crafts, and also being the patroness of protection and war. Wasn't that interesting little dichotomy there? Today, she joins in pre-spring festivities by helping people prepare their lands for sowing and embracing the figurative lands of our hearts, homes, and spirits with her positive energy. Now, keeping with the feng shui perspective of how energy works, your home is where it all happens. It's a roadmap for the energy that you put out into the life and what you manifest in the world. Things to do today. In ancient time, this was a day to bless one's lands and borders. Gifts of corn and honey and wine were given to the earth and its spirits to keep the property safe and fertile throughout the year. Oh, so if you have a garden, this would be a good time to go out and pour some wine in it. In modern times, this equates to a Minerva-centered house blessing. Begin by putting on some spiritually uplifting music. Burn geranium-scented incense if possible, or get yourself some geranium essential oil and pour some, like light a candle and then pour some in the melted wax. It'll work just as right. Let's see, begin by putting on spiritually uplifting music, burn geranium-scented incense if possible, otherwise any pantry spice will do. Take this into every room of your home, always moving clockwise to promote positive growing energy. We're going to talk about that too. As you get to each room, repeat this incantation. Minerva, protect this sacred space and all who live within. By your power and my will, the magic now begins. Wear geranium today to commemorate Minerva and welcome her energy into her life. I will also put that little incantation in the description of this video so that you can enjoy that later. Now listen, I just want to let you know that not today because it will take too long, but we are going to have a conversation about the direction to move things in order to enhance energy and to banish energy. That'll be a later discussion, okay? And then also later today, we are going to be drawing cards from this deck, gemstones and guardian, or excuse me, the angels and gemstone guardian cards. And that way you'll have something to kind of focus in on for your upcoming week. But right now we're going to launch right into our topic, the Mother Moon, one of my favorite moon phases. Because trust me, by the time the Mother Moon shows up, I'm like, let's get her done. I have Aries rising, and so I'm all about action, action, action. And I'm a Virgo, so I'm all about being industrious and productive and service. And so, you know, I got a lot of little magic happenings, going on the full moon. Got a lot of intentions to set off. Awesome, Monica. Please come back and watch it at a later time. I will be posting this on the Your Essential Spirit Quest Facebook page, and you can always find it there and come back and listen to it. Thank you, honey, and you have a blessed day. All right, you guys. So I know this is the dark moon, okay? So we are not in alignment with our topics and the current moon phase, and that's due to Wi-Fi issues and winter storms and things like that. So, but just stay with me for this topic. This is the full moon, all right? Now, earlier in this conversation, I told you that the moon, the light that we see coming from the moon is actually light that's coming from the sun, all right? And so it's just being reflected back to us. The moon does not have any light of its own. It really, really doesn't. It's a buffer. It's a buffer. It's like Kuan Yin wrapping her arms around you to shield you from the harshness of the world. It's a buffer. You're still going to feel what the world has to offer, but it won't hurt as bad. All right? And that's kind of like what the sunlight is doing when it hits the moon. The moon buffers that energy and sends it back to us like a reflective mirror, okay? So when it's full, it means that it is radiating a kajillion megawatts, and I don't know the science behind it, but there's a lot of energy being targeted at us from this full moon. This is why it is not necessary, in fact, it is harmful for you to charge your crystals in sunlight. Think about where these crystals came from. They spent their entire life in the darkness of the earth. They are not going to receive full-on sunbeams gently, all right? That you could potentially crack them, because there could be water in there that you can't see. You could potentially crack that crystal. You can possibly create a fire because crystals amplify energy, okay? So do not charge your crystals in sunlight. Charge them under the full moon. You're getting the full benefit of that solar energy, but it's buffered. It's coming at you gently, okay? The same cannot be said for when we then want to take that full moon light and project it outwards. When we do that, we are taking on all of the energy from that sun and we are putting it into our intention, and it's going to be transmitted throughout the entire universe to be responded to. That is the power of the Mother Moon. That full moon is your go-ahead to ignite everything that you want in life. Everything. I'm going to teach a class about spell work so y'all can really understand how to do that. But you can use the same principles now by creating gemstone elixirs under the full moon, sitting under the full moon yourself and having a moon bath, going out the day after the full moon and collecting up dew and blessing yourself with it, taking a moon bath, literally in a bathtub or in the ocean or a river or your backyard pond, because the moon is all about water. So when you connect the two, it's even more potent, okay? Full moon energy. So, sip of tea while I read my notes. When the moon is full and its highest peak of power, it is also affecting us. If you work with the public, like in a hospital, some customer service, restaurants, anything like that, you know on a full moon day, you're about to get some heightened emotions, all right? Whether they be negative or positive, it doesn't matter. The energy is there, it's going to be heightened, and that's because that moon is enhancing our own emotional energies. And like I said earlier, it's our emotions that vibrate out and create our environment, our world, our reality. So let's see, her direction, the full moon's direction is south. Even though she is so closely tied, the moon is so closely tied with water, The new moon is all about fire, only because it's so energetic and passionate, okay? So her direction is south. Her season is summer, because that's when the sun is at its peak, is in the summer. And so the full moon energy is at its peak when it's the fullest, okay? And so her season is summer. Her theme is personal will. This is third chakra stuff, okay? Even though we're emotional beings and everything, this is activating our personal will. This is taking our personal will and making it physical, okay? And like I said earlier, her element is fire. So some associated goddesses for that is, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is Pele. The first mother goddess that comes to mind for me is always Pele, because she's all about the fire and she's all about constant creation. Those volcanoes in Hawaii, they don't stop. They don't stop. They just keep spilling forth more land into the ocean. More worlds are being built around the Hawaiian Islands. She's manifesting herself, okay? This is typical mother energy. When a mother gives birth, she's manifesting herself, okay? She's bringing a part of herself into the world. And that's what we do when we are casting spells or prayers or any other energy work during the full moon. We are bringing ourselves out into the world, our personal will, okay? So let's see, she reminds us that what looks like this destruction, all right, is only the beginning of creation. She's just clearing space for things to grow. She's blasting herself out into the world. And that's what you should be doing when you're doing your spell work, girlfriend. You should be blasting it into you, lots of power, and blast it out into the world. The more effort and energy that we put into our intention, the more successful we're going to be with the results. So that's Pele. And then the second mother goddess that came to mind is Isis. She is the mother of Egypt. Some believe that she gave birth to the Egyptian people. She rules life and magic, and she was considered greater than all of the gods, greater than even the sun god Ra. Okay, Isis was the bomb diggity of everything in Egypt during a specific time, not all the time. Okay, her power came in like in the middle of that civilization's development. Okay, but man, when she came out, those people embraced her and made her the epitome of all that is. She was the listen, she rules life and magic. I mean, that's just it, life and magic. What else is there? All right, that's motherhood, and she controlled all that, and she helped people to manifest life and magic during that time in Egypt. Let's see, then Danu is the Irish goddess, and she's similar to Isis in the effect that she is the mother of gods, kind of like how Mary is the mother of God, or Jesus, which is part of God. So that's what Danu is to the Irish people. She's the mother of gods, and she is said to have given birth to all things, all creation, including the Irish people. All right, that they sprung directly from her womb. She is the goddess of earth, fertility, and wisdom. Now, your associated stones for this, I forgot to mention, you guys, that after we talk about this a little bit, I have a little brief meditation for you. So hang in there with me. So the associated stones for this moon phase is obsidian. Now, this might seem counterintuitive because it's such a dark black stone, but it still has that fire element to it, and it's highly protective. It shields you from psychic attacks. And when I work with obsidian, to me, it reminds me of a mama bear protecting her cub. It just feels so protective, like This is a line. You can't cross this line. You will not get past this barrier. I've got this side of the line. You stay over there. Very protective. Another stone you're going to want to work with the full moon is carnelian. It's that fire energy of creation. It restores vitality and gives one courage. And it is amazing for manifesting, which is exactly what the full moon is all about. Manifesting. You created the cake in the maiden moon. Now you're manifesting the cake in the mother moon when you put it in the oven. Now that cake batter is actually going to become a cake, okay? So the mother moon is all about that power of manifestation. And carnelian also enhances success. So you want to work with that in the full moon. And another one is opal. It doesn't matter which opal. Opal has basic properties, and then, excuse me, you can tack on other properties for the different kind of opals, okay? But opal stimulates creativity and it dispels depression. It has a lightness of being that takes away any icky, sticky that is kind of in your vibration, okay? So when you're working with the new moon, it would be really beneficial to either wear opal or to meditate with it prior to igniting your intention, okay? And opal is also associated with love and passion and desire. Desire is the same thing as intention. A desire is an intention that you're feeling it. All right? So, do you guys have any questions about the aspects of the mother moon? Any related energies that you might want to discuss around her? If not, we're going to move on to the meditation. Go ahead and put on some soft music in the background and give yourself permission to just be here in this moment at this time. Put the rest of your day aside. The future doesn't matter. The past doesn't matter. You're just here in the now, doing this meditation, listening to me. Thank you, Alicia. So just settle back in whatever seat you're sitting on or lay down, whatever's comfortable. It doesn't matter for this meditation. And just take a breath and be. Gently close your eyes and just listen to your heartbeat. Feel the rhythm of your breath as it moves through your body, how it moves your body, much like the waves on the ocean, the slow rising and falling of each breath. Using your inner vision, see that you are walking on a golden path. You feel heat rising from the path, but it doesn't burn you or concern you. Just continue to walk on the golden, warm path. And as you walk, you notice the golden path is turning red hot, but still it does not burn you. You feel the heat, does not burn. As you continue down the path, it begins to turn into a lava bed, just like you see on TV. Black, very rough, with heat rising from it, little glowing red embers That's what your path looks like now. Notice that you are at the base of a huge volcano. The ground under your feet is moving from the red hot lava beneath it as it spills out from under the volcano. You watch it pool around your ankles, and still you are not burning. You're not registering that heat. You just recognize that you are standing within the pool of fire. Though you do not burn, you begin to feel an internal heat in your belly, around that first and second chakra. That internal heat is expanding you, it's warming you, and it's expanding, making you feel full and ripe with energy. In front of you, a crack is opening at the base of the volcano. It's a doorway inside the volcano, and you go within. Pele's waiting there for you. She motions you to follow her deeper into the volcano, and you follow her in. She leads you to a river of fire that flows from under the volcano. Turning towards her, you can see her flickering as if she was the very essence of fire. She's just flickering right there before you. She asks you what you're willing to release to the fire. What are you willing to release and give up to the fire? And you tell her. Then she asks you what you're willing to receive from the fire. And you tell her that too. She opens her arms to you, and in complete safety and trust, you walk into her embrace, and she leads you into the river of fire. Feel Pele's arms caressing you, comforting you, removing all that you're willing to release and taking it into herself. Allow her to burn away the old thoughts and beliefs that keep you from living the life you want. Feel all of that which no longer serves you just melt out of your body and into the river of fire. Pele is moving that energy away from you. She's burning it away. And when all of the disappointment and sadness and regret and old thought patterns and beliefs that hindered your expansion are all burned away from you, she then fills you with the fire of passion and creativity, as well as all the specific blessings you asked for. She replaces that which does not serve you with everything that does: passion, creativity, and special blessings just for you. Stay in her embrace until you feel full. And when you are ready, thank Pele, the Mother Moon, and return to this present moment. Feel your body in your chair and open your eyes and return to this time and space. Know that when that Mother Moon comes back around again in a couple of weeks, you will be ready. You will be all charged up with passion and creativity and ready to set your intention off into the world where it can be manifested and made physical. And that is the Mother Moon meditation. I'll post it in the description of this video, and you can turn to it anytime you want to charge up your life. You don't have to wait for the full moon to work with the full moon, okay? You can draw it down. And let's just do that right now, okay? So in a meditative state, and you know how to get there, you ground yourself, you surround yourself with protection, and then you allow yourself to just be in that space. Using your breath, guide yourself into an altered state of being. And with your eyes closed, imagine that this huge, milky white, glowing moon is above your head. And when you see it so clearly that you can literally feel it hovering there, reach up and grab it and lower it into your body. Lower it into your body until you are fully encompassed by this full moon. This technique is called drawing down the moon. Drawing down the moon. It's for when you need to access extra energy, whether it's to increase your own personal vitality or to direct loving, healing energy at somebody else, or to work magic. Just don't do this on the dark moon because it could backfire. Any other time, you can draw down this full moon energy and be with it and be comforted by it. You can just stay in this space with the full moon and just let her envelop you and recharge you and comfort you. She is your mother. She is the mother that you may not have ever had. You know, my blessed mother died when I was 9 years old. And even before she died, I had a very tumultuous relationship with my mother. She was not the healthiest human being and probably should not have been put in the role of motherhood. But bless her, because without her, I would not be here. So bless her. I'm telling you that even if you have a toxic relationship with your own mother, you can be embraced by mother love when you draw down that full moon and allow it to just hold you and be with you in that space. This is important to feel that unconditional love, to feel that comfort and that absolute power and conviction and protection. I mean, she's everything a mother is. She's everything a mother is, okay? So don't be afraid to be with her. And don't be afraid to let her help you manifest the miracles you want to see in your life, because mothers are good for that too. All right, my loves, is there anything anybody would like to add to the conversation around the mother moon, your own full moon experiences, how you work with all that? Go ahead, share it in the comments below. And if you are watching this on replay, feel free to still share your thoughts and feelings on these videos. I always love to hear from you guys. And I'm pretty good about responding right away. But sometimes I don't get the message that somebody's left a comment for a couple of days. I don't know what the lag time is. But I will reply. I will never leave you hanging. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And if you have suggestions for other topics, trust me, I won't run out for a long time. I have a lot to share with you guys. But if you do have any topic suggestions, I'd like to hear those as well. So I see that we have a couple of people watching this video. You know, I'm of two minds with that. You know, I know that life is not a popularity contest, and I really am not trying to be a YouTuber or anything like that, but I would like more people to have an opportunity to share their own experiences during Messages of Hope, because it's not just all about what I have to say. And also I want them to get an opportunity to have a card reading. You know, this is about the only time that I do free readings anymore. So if you want to get an intuitive message to help you work through something, or to set an intention, anything like that, this would be a good time to do it. And I'm here at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time every Sunday morning, unless there's no Wi-Fi, which is frequent in this area for some reason. It's just not the best. You know, that's what happens with rural living. Your technology just isn't, they haven't even laid fiber optic in this area. I was talking to my internet provider the other day, and they said that they probably won't get to my area for another 2 years with fiber optic. That's how behind the times we are. So if I'm not here on a Sunday morning, you can bet it's because I don't have any Wi-Fi. Otherwise, I will be here because I'm called to. That's the only reason. I am called to be here for y'all. And somebody, whether it's today or 10 years from now, that watches this video will get something from it. And then I've served my purpose, and I'm happy. Alicia, that is so true. Now, I also got to experience the full moon in the UK, and my gosh, girl, it just seemed bigger. I don't know why. It just seemed like that moon was just bigger for some reason. Maybe it was just my young girl eyesight, but it just mesmerized me all the time about how, like, I could just literally reach out and touch it. It was so big. So yeah, I love it. And yes, it's so fun. Wouldn't that just be the best hobby in the world, is to see a full moon in every continent on the world? That would be so cool. Yeah, I'll wait until I'm a millionaire for that. So you have some amazing stories, Alicia. We're going to have to chit chat over a pot of tea one of these days and talk about all that good stuff. So it's card pulling time. Who would like one? Just give me a yes in the comments. I'll pull one specific for you. Okay, Alicia, coming up for you. All right, this is for Alicia. Ew, it's one of my favorite minerals. Let's talk about the angel first. If you want a screenshot of this so that you can use it to, let me just try to get some of that glitter out of there for you. That's your angel message. I am willing to receive love. The door to my heart is open, allowing blessings to flow into my life. I accept gifts, loves, and attention with ease and grace. I'm grateful for all that is bestowed upon me. I'll tell you, not too many people are able to receive attention with grace. We tend to think that it's really an egotistical place to be, that we shouldn't have attention on us. But we give attention to other people, so why shouldn't other people give attention to us too? So if you struggle with receiving any of these gifts of love, attention, just open yourself. This is the angel of receiving that would love to help you to receive the blessings that are coming to you, including those of attention. So the stone that's going to help you with that is ruby with zoisite. Now, this can be easily confused with ruby infusionite, but fuchsite is a very pale green. If you see this vibrant emerald kind of green with black striations, that's going to be your zoisite. So look for ruby with zoisite, okay? Ruby with zoisite. Do you joyfully give but are unable to receive? It's time to receive with grace. It is safe to allow others to do nice things for you and to shower you with gifts. Permit blessings and love to pour into your open, receptive heart. Allow it. Allow yourself to receive. So many of us, we're sitting here with our hands open going, I'm ready for my blessings, I'm ready for my blessings, I'm ready for my blessings. And then we're like, no, that's okay. Maybe not. Accept it. Accept those blessings wholeheartedly, enthusiasm, with gratitude, with all of the wonderful things that will help you generate more of those blessings. We have to be able to receive as well as give. It's not just for ourselves, but when we're open to receive, we're giving a gift to the giver. Have you ever gone to give somebody a gift and they were kind of half-hearted about it? How did that make you feel? Was that a good feeling for you? I bet not. So when we receive with gratitude a gift that somebody is giving us, it's a gift for them. It makes them feel good. Something to consider. So that, I'm going to stay with this video for another 5 minutes or so in case somebody pops on and wants a card reading of their own. And while I'm waiting for that to happen, I will let you guys know that I will be back here like in just a few minutes. And to do the new moon intention focus, so that when the new moon arrives next week, you will be ready to set that intention off. Ignore what your calendar says today. It is not the new moon. It is the dark moon. So when we meet in just a few minutes to talk about that, we're going to go over all that again. And then we're going to pull cards for our new moon intention and all that good stuff. There was something else I was going to offer you. We'll have time to talk about it all. And I want to remind you that coming up, I believe, on the 1st of March, 1st 1st of March. I'll double check. Ugh, I can't even keep a straight in my own head. I've got so many projects going on. We're doing a crystal programming tutorial. Super short, super sweet, super informative. If you've got crystals that you want identified or explained on how to work with that personality, please bring them with you. I'm going to demo 3 different crystals on how to charge them, clear them, charge them, and then program them for your intention, okay? So that's 3 different crystal personalities that we're going to be working with. I will put that a link to that event in the description of this one. And what else is coming up? There's still a couple of spots available for the Divine Feminine Shamanic Retreat in Heron, Montana. That's happening over summer solstice weekend. This year's theme is Be Strong, as in bzz, be strong. We're going to talk about all the gifts that Be brings to us in a very sacred, beautiful forest. I can't wait to get you girls out there and experience what it is to be fully immersed in country life. So we'll be doing that in June. And then I've got some other presentations coming up, some other tutorials. We've got Art of Spirit coming up, where we're going to talk about how to make heart amulets as well as some heart paper hangers. So we'll be working on that. And yeah, all kinds of stuff. If you are not a subscriber to this channel, I invite you to please subscribe so that you don't miss any of this fun stuff. Listen, it's not going to have the bells and the whistles and the hoo-haws and the entertainment factor that a lot of these YouTube channels have. I'm going to be honest. I do not believe that I have to turn this into a Hollywood production in order for it to have value. What I am telling you is what has worked for me in my life. And I have been doing a shamanic practice now for over 35 years, manifesting miracles on the daily, okay? And helping other people do it too. So please know that everything that I present to you on this channel is coming from my heart. I don't have a production team. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have a budget. I don't have anything like that. And I'm coming at you only from my heart space and offering you what I know. Please accept what resonates as true for you. Disregard everything else. And if it is true for you, it could be true for a few of your friends. You don't know. You can certainly share these videos with them and just have conversations around them. Use them as launching points. And I want to also take this moment to remind you that I am not offering a full-on class here, all right? This is just everything I talked about today and in every Messages of Hope is literally me opening the door for you to do your own self-exploration. And if you want help with that, then please do come and talk to me, because that's what I'm here for. But what I offer during these Messages of Hope is just the bare bones, kind of like cracking the door open so that you can go, oh, wait a minute, you know, and explore deeper on your own, because the best teacher lives with inside of you, all right? You are your own teacher healer. And I want you to learn how to be your own teacher healer, the best one you can be. I'm giving you tips and tools to do that, all right? That's all this is. But the rest of it comes from you. But like I said, if you want help with that, please, I am right here for you. I will include my email address and just get with me. We can make this happen. Awesome, Alicia. You know, if we're not experiencing miracles ourselves right now in our lives, it's an amazing thing to witness it for somebody else. It fills our heart just as much as if it happened for us. So I'm happy. I'm happy that your friend got that assistance and that you got to witness it and saw the beauty of it. That's awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, well, we are going to wrap this up so that I can get set up for the next presentation, which is coming up in like 5 minutes. So meet you guys right back here on this channel. Look for a link. I've already scheduled the live. Just click on it. It is the New Moon Intention Focus. And I'll be seeing you soon. If I don't see you soon, please have a blessed, blessed day. And yeah, get out there and make your whole life the best you can. I love you guys. Bye-bye now.